world with limitless movies at their fingertips, 3 men face the daunting task of making their voices heard, one podcast at a time. Destiny is calling. Will you accept the charges? Movie Nights.
Oh, hey guys. Didn't notice you there. We're the Movie Nights. Dan Gagne, Josh Bielak, and me. Not Dan Gagne or Josh Bielak. I'm better than them both. I'm Bobby Nelson. Hi.
With your Coolio shirt.
That's ODB, close enough.
It looks close enough.
Why do we let him do things? Anyway, this month, I guess, we're going to be doing our top 10 children's movies. Not necessarily just movies we liked when we were kids, but kids' movies that we liked when we were kids. There was a few that didn't make the list just because they weren't kids' movies. You know, I personally loved Showgirls when I was a kid, but I mean...
We overcomplicated this list.
Yeah, it's right. We really overthought it, but whatever.
There's a few on here. There's a few we didn't put on here because they were Christmas movies, and we're saving that for next month.
Yeah. And it was like, well, there's movies we liked as kids, but weren't kids' movies, and then there were kids' movies... Actually, that wouldn't have been a problem.
No, that wouldn't have been... No. Oh.
And this is actually going to be a top 10, not a top 30. So let us dive right in, shall we?
Yeah, alright.
Number 10, Brave Little Toaster. Now this movie, oh man. For one thing, being poor as a kid, I often played with inanimate objects because I couldn't afford toys. So it really touched my heart because it's like, oh, a toaster. I could use a toaster to play with. And my dad's like, no, you fucking break it, I'll kill you. I couldn't even use a toaster, guys.
I still play with toasters. I like when you turn it on, you stick a fork in there, and you see what happens. That's safe and smart for children to do. It's fun. It's a fun game. It's who's gonna die first.
How good is the wiring in my house?
Yeah, Brave Little Toaster, it was always something that I liked because it was cute and fun. And then it always had those dark, creepy moments. And me as somebody who likes horror movies.
I got you there, but I found some of the characters in there are just infuriating. Like, I wanted to strangle Blanket so bad. I wanted to set his stupid fucking face on fire and watch him go, no! And I'm like, ha ha! And then piss on him right when he's inches from death.
What I love...
Inches, because, he's a blanket.
I love about this movie is that, you're always, in real life, you're just hoping that the toaster finally gets its due, it's the love that a toaster deserves, and it does in the end, Everything works out for the toaster. Always root for the toaster, guys.
Oh, man.
So, number 10 is Brave Little Toaster. Man, I love that movie, so you should totally watch it.
Time to go.
In a heartwarming story for the entire family, plug into the adventure of The Brave Little Toaster.
Number 9, this is one of mine and Bobby's picks. I'll talk about this one. It's The Sword and the Stone. This is another one of those Disney movies, but not one of the main, main run.
Often overlooked, but not by these two. And Josh for being whatever.
I had seen it, and I enjoyed it, but it wasn't one that I owned.
It's the underdog story, the kid who you hope ends up uber, and then finally... It's another one of those movies that builds and builds and builds, and boom, it's over.
Yeah.
But I still have, an Excalibur on my wall.
The last time I watched this movie... everybody pretty much accused Nugget and I of being gay because we were sitting together in his apartment watching The Sword and Stone together on an Iraqi bootleg. Yeah, Iraqi bootleg. It was perfect quality. Just his brother got it from Iraq when he was there, and it was a bootleg. And everybody's waiting for us to go up to the bar, but it's no, we still need to watch the rest of this movie. It's really good, but we unfortunately didn't get to finish it. But.
Oh, but it's the whole package. It's got, Merlin and Archimedes and...
Got that squirrel
part.
The
squirrel part, yeah. With the cute squirrel that wants to, nail...
And wants the other squirrel's nuts.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
Squirrel sex.
But yeah, that's number 9.
And discovers his destiny. Walt Disney's The Sword in the Stone 45th Anniversary Edition. Now on Disney DVD.
I'm sorry, I'm just fucking with you guys. Number 8 is... He's giving me that look right now. Number 8 is The Great Mouse Detective. Because that's my movie, my sole movie on here that, like, I just threw on here and they had nothing they could fucking do about it.
It's still iconic from the fact that it's just
Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
retold.
Sherlock Holmes is the Great Mouse Detective. I'm just kidding. Clearly not. But, first of all, within the first 10 minutes of watching this as a little kid, you're already like, holy shit, that bat is terrifying. And then it just ends up getting eaten by a fucking cat. So.
Well, I remember this movie just always struck me as, like, particularly violent for a Disney movie.
Dude, there's
shit tearing,
okay.
Radigan's like...
smoking fucking shit. And there's a drunken mouse at the end who calls him a rat, and
all I remember is the ending with the clock.
Yeah,
it's
it's so fucking epic.
Yeah.
And Radigan just looks fucking insanely terrifying and just so good.
Ribbed.
Yeah, such a good movie. Probably not for like kids
there
that
are
are
a lot of kids movies about mice and rats.
This one, I wouldn't call it the greatest Sherlock Holmes adaptation. He didn't do as much deducing in this
he
one.
He was
a mouse.
He was kind of a dick at times. But
Yeah.
You always like Watson when he's portrayed as the little push broom fat guy.
Yeah, the little fat mouse. It's adorable. Yeah, I really like that movie.
Hey, my dear Dawson. The film Joel Siegel calls magic, and Siskel and Ebert give 2 thumbs up. Disney's animated classic, The Great Mouse Detective.
Miss Lanchester.
Flavisham.
Whatever.
Number 7 is Milo and Otis.
Now, just like Bobby was saying with his Great Mouse Detective, this was my pick, and fuck you guys if you didn't, care. But I watched when I was a little kid. I called this movie Otis and Milo because I didn't know any better. And for anybody who hasn't seen it, it's they're gonna take a walk outside today. They're gonna see what they're gonna find today. A pug and a cat.
Okay, go to Walmart. It's a $5 movie. Spend the $5.
I don't need to. I own it.
I'm not telling you
I still
that.
have the original VHS taped copy.
Nice.
That says Otis and Milo on it. But the funny thing about that movie, though, is it's a Japanese movie that they filmed over there and then they dubbed here with just Dudley Moore. And so many, I watched this with Dwight, and so many times he would just be like, "Don't look aside, run a film." And there's a scene where the cat falls off a waterfall, and you're just like, that fucking cat died, man. They're just like, okay, new cat. Box of cats.
Milo and Otis, 2 friends who share a love of adventure and the adventure of love. The Adventures of Milo and Otis.
Anyway, that's number 7.
Right. Number 6.
Okay, I guess I'm reading this one. Space Jam.
Come on, you're not Space Jam. Fucking, when this movie came out, I think everybody was shitting bricks because they're like, Michael Jordan
Michael
in a
Jordan.
movie with cartoons?
It's Who Framed Roger Rabbit for the modern age with basketball.
I was like, 6 when this came out? I jizzed. I creamed my pants.
I was in 5th grade, so I don't know.
I saw it in theaters and I was just blown away. It was amazing.
And then you watched it recently.
Yeah, have you seen that movie recently?
I
watched it recently and I fell asleep 10 minutes in.
It was terrible.
There's this one scene where Michael Fox. Michael Jordan's...
Michael J, his middle initial is J.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
There's one point where his son just goes like...
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, stop, kid, stop it.
And then when they're helping him with the dog is trying to murder Daffy Duck. It's like, God, these children cannot act. What they're better than
That
Michael
is like
Jordan.
the worst part of that movie.
At least for the most part, the Looney Tunes held up.
Yeah.
Except they'd make crude jokes every once in a while. Bill Murray was
phenomenal.
far and away the best. How did Mr. Murray? How did you get here? Oh, I just had a couple of Teamsters come pick me up. Right. Yes.
I also really appreciate the part where the kid calls Charles Barkley a phony and stuff. And he's like, "Yo, you ain't Charles Barkley, you piece of shit." Yeah, this is amazing.
And of course, it's a movie with animated characters who are voiced by real voice actors.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I just thought about this. Charles Barkley $5 box commercial. And now.
I'm not gonna show a commercial.
God damn it.
Jordan, Buffy, Bunny.
Special delivery!
Together, they just might save the world. Space Jam. You've never seen anything like it.
Next one.
So that was number 6. Number 5, Bobby.
A Goofy movie.
Which one?
A Goofy movie.
And that movie is called...
A Goofy movie.
Oh, a Goofy movie. Like with Goofy.
Yes, a Goofy movie. The movie with Goofy and his son Max.
Yes.
A continuation of Goof Troop. It's pretty much a...
Wait, was it a continuation or was Goof Troop started after it?
No, Goof Troop
I think
was
Goof
before.
Troop was a thing, and then they made basically a movie sequel to the show.
Ah, you're right, because I remember being confused watching the movie. I'm like, this is nothing like this.
Yeah.
Goofy movie for me is one I know it's a straggler in this list because it's kind of like that weird offset Disney movie that wasn't ever really mainstream.
But it was
but
so
it's
amazing.
so funny.
It's so fucking sad when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because it's like
it's a real story. It's nice.
They roll over it, but at one point it's like, oh yeah, his mom died. She's with the stars now.
It's a coming of age tale. It's
which I do think it's funny because I've heard other people mention this movie before, and like one of the funniest things I've heard was, wait, back up. Somebody fucked Goofy.
Yep.
I bet they did it doggy style.
Yeah, and he owns a dog.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. It's a slave.
Goofy owns a dog?
Pluto.
Oh, that's Mickey's
Mickey,
dog.
Yeah.
No. He. No, that wasn't Pluto. What was that supposed to do with their dog?
Maybe
don't
they
think
don't.
they have a
Yeah,
dog.
but that just means Mickey is fucked up forever.
I thought they owned it. Whatever.
In my opinion, in a Goofy movie, the most iconic scene, and it makes me crack up every fucking time, was Sasquatch, and he's got the little headphones on,
Yes.
and it's just out of nowhere they're talking about something like serious, and like it scoots across the background, and you hear the Bee Gees, and I crack up every time. My brother and I had to pause that and laugh for like 10 minutes. It was the funniest thing. We watched it over and over and over.
That was great.
It's weird. This movie wasn't that big, and was it not just kind of like a straight to like VHS?
I don't think it was.
No, it came to theaters.
Was it?
Really?
Okay. See, I didn't even remember that.
Me neither. Either way,
But the soundtrack for that is amazing. Like Powerline, for ages, I thought that was Michael Jackson. A lot of people did. And he was just like not credited or whatever. But no, it's a different dude. And anyway.
Either way, it's a really good
goofy
story.
movie.
Really good movie.
A little smoke gauge.
A Goofy movie.
Morning, son. Dad.
It's hard to be cool when your dad is goofy.
You look just like I did at your age.
Please don't say that, Dad.
Number 4.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Live action.
Yes.
When this movie came out, holy fucking shit. There was like, it was just like, wait. So they're gonna be real turtles? And then you saw it, you're like, oh.
Do you remember having the little like the VHS tapes with the singular videos on it, and you saw the trailer for this on there.
Yes.
It's completely different. It's weird if you go see it because the voice of Tatsu's different, the voice of Shredder's different. There's different lines that you don't see.
Yeah.
And that's why for years we've been hoping that there would be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles DVD with like the extra footage.
Which
and
there
all the...
there was a difference. Dwight told me, because like I owned the DVD, he owned the VHS. He'd memorized the VHS.
Yes.
We all know that.
Yes.
But watching it, there are different variations of scenes.
He's pointed them out to me. There are certain things that are switched around, and it's strange.
Yeah. So there is a difference between DVD and a VHS, but still, when this movie came out, it was a serious take on something that was
always. Well, it started off serious in the comic books, and then when it got to the TV show, it was much goofier, much more
campy.
Yes, campy. And and it was like the perfect blend of, yes, this is a serious plot, this is serious things going on. It had gang violence and
recruiting children.
Yeah, and
things.
smoking.
Yeah.
And Black Flag t-shirts.
And theft and news reporting. But then
and a turtle in a trench coat.
They burned down an antique shop.
They eat pizza.
Anchovies, okay?
The movie actually explains one of the questions everybody had watching the TV show is, where did they get all the pizza in the sewer? And the movie answers that.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite scenes. Just slip it down here. Hey, this is a 10. The tab's 13. You're 2 minutes late, dude. Oh, come on, I couldn't find the place. Wise men say forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
Which wasn't that actor actually the dude who played Michelangelo in the costume?
I cannot confirm nor deny that one. The only other occurrence of that kind of thing in that movie is I know that when, in part 2, when Raphael, or no, I guess it is part 1, when Raphael does a vault over the cab, the dude in the back of the cab goes like, "What the hell was that?" That actor is Josh Pace, and he's the one that voices Raphael. You can hear it. He goes, "I don't know, looked like kind of like a turtle in a trench coat." You're going to Wadi, right? But the "What the heck was that guy" was the voice of Raphael.
Fan trivia: what movie was he coming out of in the theater?
5, 4.
Hold on, give me a second. Beethoven.
Critters.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We know this movie back and forth. Just because our best friend is Dwight and he's...
We watched it by ourselves easily.
Well, I know,
yeah.
but...
So have I. I'm not going to know
5,000 times from...
Because every time Dwight would come over to go to sleep, he would be watching that movie.
Exactly.
Of course. Well, I'm like that with certain things, but yeah, I would know that. I'm sorry, I could have seen that movie 100 more times before you guys asked me that question. Would not remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you just told me that
Yeah! I love being a turtle!
Number 3 is The Never-Ending Story.
A late throw in there.
Yeah, well, we just didn't even think of it. And it's got one of the most heartbreaking scenes and most terrifying scenes. The Nothing is creepy. The wolf in the thing is terrifying because this is a creature you do not see the entire movie. But there's hints of him in places, and then you finally see him. Also, freaking the horse.
Yeah.
Artex, like, he just gives up.
Is the horse the first one or the second one?
It's the first one.
It is the first one? Okay, then that's horrible.
Plus that girl that plays Atreyu, she is so hot.
I know. Yeah, that kid does look like a chick. It's really weird.
Wait, what?
You can see his nipples the whole time.
Yeah.
That's why I thought that was so interesting. It was interesting and groundbreaking filmmaking.
Like, wow, that chick doesn't need a bra.
Then Falcor. I really want a Falcor.
Well, who doesn't?
Except for that weird scaly part of him. No.
Well, he's a dragon. I mean, he's gotta have scales, right?
That looks like a dog.
Yeah.
He was a luck dragon.
All luck dragons look like dogs, Bobby. I mean, come on.
And then you get the shitty kid reading the story. Fuck that kid.
Well, every time I'm eating a sandwich at work, I'm thinking, no, we gotta save some for later. And it's because of that movie.
Fucking God.
And then there's the weird sphinxes with the tits and the eye lasers. And,
Yeah.
And
That
the
movie
creepy
stuck with you.
people. Oh, so good.
You had to watch it every time it was on, no matter what.
Oh, yeah. And even the end song is like, never-ending story. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking
I don't know
love that
these
song.
two.
Turn
damn.
around. Something, do. It's a good song. It's like an 80s ballad. It's pretty cool.
Did you do the dick sucking movement for?
That's why.
No, it's rock, not. Mine of the gutter.
That's another great thing though about like movies from the early '90s, late '80s, and shit is that they have so many of those ridiculous songs.
Yeah.
Love it. Like I was playing GTA 5. There's a song from like Nightmare on Elm Street 3 in there. I'm like, what? I didn't know this song was popular. I just thought it was a really shitty '80s fucking hair song. But anyway.
In the beginning, it is always dark.
Anyway.
Number dos, which would be me, correct? Yeah, then Land Before Time. Jack Monty's favorite.
Yeah, so Jack. Our friend Jack has a tree star tattooed on his forearm.
This movie's sad.
Yeah, well, it's got that scene where you just crawl up in a fetal position and rock yourself, back and forth when Littlefoot's mom passes away. It's just
like, hell yeah, Bambi, fuck you.
yeah, you ain't got nothing. You died off screen.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I just.
But I mean, this movie takes me all the way back. I mean, freaking Pizza Hut commercials for Land Before Time. I had the puppets, man.
Oh yeah.
With Sarah and Ducky and.
Ducky's awesome, Sarah. And then you told me what happened.
Oh my God! Yeah, it's a brutal story.
Yeah, it's sad even outside in the real world. All right.
And plus dinosaurs.
All right, hold on. Tell the audience in case they don't know.
I'm vague on the details, but the little girl that voiced Ducky, her dad, shot her and her whole family or something like that, and then killed himself. Or something to that effect. I don't know. It's brutal. It's tragic. Just watch the scene with Littlefoot's mom again and just feel the impact, and it'll almost come close to what's.
We're about to make Dan cry.
This
bad. It's almost as bad as what happened to the little girl from Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Or what happened to the little boy from the Benoit family. It's fucked up. There's a lot of fucked up things that happen in this world.
And the movies don't make it any better.
No, not when it's still pressing and sad.
And then Land Before Time made 60 sequels.
And they stayed dwarf babies.
Yeah.
We just want to see Littlefoot grow up. Like Simba grew up in one fucking movie.
Exactly.
They all became so shitty.
And you know why though? If Littlefoot grew up, his name would be really stupid.
Bigfoot?
No, he'd still be Littlefoot, but he'd be really fucking big.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Or maybe he just has one little foot.
It's a gimp foot that they can't even film.
No, it's just another thing to make you cry.
That's just what he calls his penis. Littlefoot. It's a little bit over a foot.
Everything on me is long, except
it's a little bit under a foot.
Except where it counts.
Yeah, I can't get it in. It's too small.
But I can give you some head and some neck.
Dude.
Corrupting this.
There you go. That's how he fucks bitches with this.
Presented by George Lucas and Steven Spielberg and directed by Don Bluth.
Some things you see with your eyes. Others you see with your heart.
A new animated film classic is born.
Okay, so number one.
Can we all just say it together?
Alright.
Uno, dos, tres.
Aladdin. Yeah.
Yes, we all chose Aladdin. It was, when we discussed making this list, the first fucking thing out of anybody's mouth was Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
And Aladdin was just... When I heard criticisms about this movie, I was just like, no, fuck you. Shut the fuck up.
There's nothing wrong with this movie ever. At all.
Because everybody's like, oh, it's racist and all this. And I'm like, who are you?
That's just how it is in the Middle East, guys.
You know, I have a story about this when I was in like it was like second grade or first grade, I don't know. We'd have the after school care, and we'd always pick to see a movie. Which movie are we going to put on? And everybody would vote, and every time, and we would do this at like quarter to 4. And I would always vote to see Aladdin. And all the other kids had already seen Aladdin so many times, but my mom picks me up at 4. And it's 3. So I saw the first 10 minutes of Aladdin like so many times, and everyone was so mad at me for keep voting for Aladdin. I must have had pull, because I would think they shouldn't they just stop voting for Aladdin too? But yes, we can still watch this movie now, today. I would put it on after this fucking list. Like, it's that good. Dwight and I have fast forwarded just to all the genie scenes. I mean, Robin Williams, this was like a shining beacon of a movie. It made Disney movies different.
You could quote this fucker all day. And you just wished that Jasmine was a real person that you could plow like every day.
I want a tiger.
Yeah, me too, right? I want a Raja. I want Raja. And I want somebody to call me a street rat.
I mean, I don't really care about the monkey, you know.
Abu's cool. And a magic carpet, that's how you get all the pussy.
Right. And that carpet was awesome.
Yeah.
Like some tassel.
Yeah, no lines, it's just personality.
And he's still awesome. Yeah. And that's one of the first movies I remembered where, like, back then, you see some of that 3D rendering.
Yeah.
Like, when they're flying, I'm like, that is the most amazing looking thing ever. And now you look at it and I'm like, that looks like shit. But it's all about perspective.
Right.
We hadn't seen shit like that.
Even the Aladdin video games were awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember playing them. You climb up the thing with the guy doing the cocksucking.
You do that stuff in the game and you play it and you beat it and win. Yeah, Dan. Did you play it?
I did. You jump over the spike thing and you climb up the rope and you escape the guys.
He's just describing Assassin's Creed.
It was Assassin's Creed.
Back in the day. But this movie, oh man, like the songs from it, just the comedy from it, everything about this movie.
It's perfect.
I just love it.
It's the perfect, and this, probably above all the other movies on our list, is just totally okay. Well, maybe not. There's swords and violence and just really creepy stuff.
Yeah.
Jafar being a fucking snake and shit, that was terrifying the first time I saw it. It's like, oh my god!
It is strange for me. I mean, you say it's perfect. There are holes.
Nope.
I mean,
name one.
Jafar can control people's minds with his snake stick, so why not just be like, hey bitch, you're gonna marry me. Hey, I'm gonna be Jafar, the king now.
Because they can.
No.
Yeah, their minds are strong enough.
A genie.
Their
it
minds,
worked all the time.
It
kept working.
It worked on who? The fucking Sultan.
The Sultan, yeah.
Who's a fucking mindless moron.
But he's the Sultan.
He's the Sultan who's like, oh, we have to stick to our ways, and at the end, here's another hole. Here's a hole.
You can trick him into doing whatever you want.
Oh, we have to do arranged marriages, and then it's like, yeah, you're happy. Let's just fucking that fucking arranged marriage shit was getting old anyway. There's your hole.
They moved his heart to change his ways. You just said he's an old stickler.
The Sultan, no, he's not an old stickler. He's just a fucking idiot. He's a mindless fucking buffoon. That's why he was able to fucking manipulate his mind.
I also
With
like
a magic snake stick.
And Iago.
Also like the theory that this is a post-apocalyptic world. Where that's how a genie was making all those references, because that shit happened.
Yeah.
and all this is after the apocalypse happened, and everybody just lives in this desert scenario.
Oh, Jesus.
That's
In
the best.
Agrabah, the future.
Yeah.
It's a nice
And
theory
the
that
carpet is just technology.
that explains why there's tuxedos and a car. And
a monkey turning into an elephant.
And no, that's just being a genie. I was gonna say a Jack Nicholson impersonation.
That was awesome.
Look, Sparky, here's the deal.
And then the zombies and shit. God, this movie's so good.
Right. So if you haven't seen Aladdin,
what the hell?
Who are you?
Are you watching this right now?
Do you have a heartbeat?
I haven't seen the first one. I've seen Return to Jafar. It's really good. Not really. No, it's not.
And that one with thieves. Yeah, that one was awesome.
Still waiting for that Aladdin remake.
The TV show wasn't that bad.
I
mean, it wasn't like, oh, I have to watch this, but it was like, this reminds me of the awesome movie.
I should watch that. And then they'd be like, oh, it's coming out on Blu-ray. And I'm like, I should go buy that.
They
It's all marketing.
You know what they should do? Just re-release it until they come out in theaters. You don't have to do the 3D or anything. I'll just go see it. Because I could just watch it on VHS, DVD, whatever. Just want to see it in the theater, you know?
Don't you dare close your eyes.
Aladdin, featuring 6 new songs from the Academy Award-winning composer of The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast.
Come over here, big group hug. Group hug. Never have a
Coming this holiday season, Walt Disney Pictures' Aladdin.
You ain't never had a friend like me.
You just want to pick up on kids, don't you?
Maybe. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Okay.
So that is our top 10 list of our favorite childhood movies. Hopefully you agreed with some of our choices. If you didn't,
you can go suck a dick.
Yeah.
Hard dicks.
So thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back next month with another video. Be sure to check out our podcast for other reviews.
Yeah. Next time we're doing Christmas, so that'll be fun.
And then sexy porno movies.
Top 10 porn.
Stars. That'll be easy. Peter North, #1. Spoiler.
We just gotta make sure we do everything right, so we don't confuse the audience.
If we fuck it up, I'll go shoot myself in the head, okay? And now that says 8:20. So it's probably going to be closer to 8:46 when we want to end it. Because you said 25 minutes or so. Greetings! And welcome to Movie Nights. That is the intro.
How would you just start?
And we are sticking to
I was going to let awkward silence be there.
Nope.
And that would be the opening, just us staring at each other.
Greetings. That should be.
When do we...
Matt.
Are we going to do a daily drinks for this one? So we recommend when you're watching these kids' movies to drink this. Alright. Jumping?
When you introduced, you looked directly at the camera.
Yeah. Have you never watched our videos?
Do you want to try it and not screw it up?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do it then.
Then try it.
Do I have to say greetings?
You can say whatever you want to say. I just say greetings.
Hey guys, blah blah blah.
Hola, and welcome to the Movie Nights.
Way to fucking stammer. You
You want another take?
Yeah,
You
now
wanna
that
try
you
it?
just made fun of me.
Yeah.
So much pressure.
I'm about like 5 seconds from stealing it from you.
Howdy, and welcome to the Movie Nights.
You went with howdy. This fucking guy. I mean,
Audi is all right. It's just you need more confidence when you're swinging it.
Oh my god.
how about you give it a beat, take a breath, and then fucking go?
Just like you're making fun of me. Like, you know, greetings, welcome to the movie nights. I'm. It's not that hard. It's okay.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
You're making it worse. Just have a blooper reel. It's at the end of the fucking thing.